Watcher, welcome back. Now this is just a little quick interim tonight. I've just gone from work, finished work now for 2 weeks holiday, so I've got an amazing gap now in the hectic rush of life to catch up, do a load of work to the Bandit, get that tailpiece finished, hopefully within the next 2 to 3 weeks, so that I can move on and get it back on the road and then carry on the transformation as a rolling project rather than as it is now, suspended and off the road and so on, because it's getting a bit boring. I'm quite missing riding the Bandit. Now tonight I just wanted to do an interim just to cover a couple of things, say a couple of thank yous, because tomorrow is Sunday, it's forecast heavy rain all day, and I think the progress tomorrow is going to be good. I want to get in the garage here early, and I want to crack on with the welding, so I'm going to be making videos constantly, and I should hopefully load up one every day, every other day, and just get that progress chopped away. And I know that a load of you are really dying to see it carry on, and I'm dying to crack on with it. So that's what's planned for tomorrow. So rather than contaminate tomorrow's video progress with all this old waffle, I thought I'd just do a quick interim tonight and what we're up to. A couple of thank yous as well. Quickly, those are all first. Couple of bits and pieces. We have some lovely friends on YouTube, and they send us nice things and gifts and so on. So I just want to say some personal thank yous. Andy sent me these amazing pliers. Check these out. From Brittle, British tool company. Sliding pliers, which are pretty amazing. Thanks Andy for those. And the poster that you sent with them as well, this schematic diagram, that classic poster of Triumph engine. Lovely mate, that's going on the wall shortly. Thanks Andy, really appreciate that. Very, very kind. And they are going to go in the toolbox, pride of place. Thanks for that. Another thing was quite cool, watching the last few videos, wiring the back end of the Bandit and heat shrinking with a bit lighter. Incidentally, a bit lighter that I found on my way home. Someone had obviously dropped it. Oh, bit lighter, cheers. So that's kind of run out of gas now, and a fantastic mate of ours, a chap called Delboy, his username Delboy, if you just want to, he decided that, look, he said, send us an address because I've got something for you. And what he sent is a pretty cool lighter, which once I put some petrol in it, I'll be able to use that on the heat shrink, because I do like these. Zippo style lighters are brilliant, and he actually made this really cool case. Got to check that out. Just a little carrying pouch for that to go in there. So thanks Delboy, appreciate that mate. That's going to be used for the heat shrink from now on. I'm really, really impressed. And that leather work, mate, dude, you got skills, man. That's amazing. I'm very impressed with that. Kind of cool. The other thing finally was some bolts. Now these bolts are going to go, these are going to be the bolts that go on the Bandit on here. This is where you saw it last. These are going to be the final fixing bolts that hold it in. 8mm socket bolts or Allen bolts. They're going to hold those on. And we've got some nuts as well to hold on the back, so they'll be lock bolted on. Now these were sent by our good friend Brett, who donated the mask, the world mask recently. Brett's become a good friend. He's in Victoria, which is in the southern part of Australia. It is actually a state, not like I said earlier that he's in South Australia, because what I meant was he's in the south of Australia. Anyway, Brett, you know where you live, so that's cool, mate. Thank you for those. Very good. Now something else is very brilliant. Actually tonight we can do the first modification on the Triumph. Yay! Right. Now I just want to talk quickly about modification each.
Sound like George Bush.
So what?
Sound like George Bush.
George Bushism. They're all Bushisms, aren't they? Now modification is there's a lot of contention about whether something's accessorizing or modifying. Yes, you could be a real Luddite and say, no, it's not a modification if you're bolting on an accessory. Go to the Harley parts catalogue, the Screaming Eagle catalogue, and look at the accessories you can buy. You bolt them onto your bike and you modify it. Well, I tend to disagree. You haven't really modified it, you've accessorized it. And that's cool, there's nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of people who buy a Harley Davidson, or they'll buy a Triumph, or any bike in fact, and they'll take it up the road and they'll buy all the parts that either LSL or the manufacturer or Screaming Eagle or whatever make for the bike to bolt on to make it look a bit more street. It always vexes me as to why they don't bolt these parts on in the first place, especially Screaming Eagle and the like. You know, they sell you a Harley Davidson that looks a bit daffy, and then you have to take this off and that off and bolt this on and that on. But I guess it's about making money, because there's big money in accessories. And the Triumph is no exception. The old Scrambler is produced very much as a simple bike, styled on the old classic looks. And oddly enough, this was an interesting one. I went back to the dealer just as some paperwork and finalised bits and bobs, and they've got the 2014 Scrambler in. They've put the price up by some £300, and for that money you get two-tone paint, which you can buy. If I want to change this tank for a two-tone paint one, I just go back to them and it's a price. They put a bash plate on it, they put the headlight grill, they do like a wire, like a chip fryer thing. You dip your chips in your fryer, that sort of thing that goes over your headlight. I've never really been a fan of them, but they do one of them, basically half a dozen extras, and they charge £300 extra. And when you add up the price of those extras in the catalogue, guess what? They come to the price of the new bike. So really they sell you a few extras with it as it goes, but I wanted a blank canvas because I've got some plans. Handlebars, got to be changed. Love the riding position, but I don't like the way they look. I don't like the route that they go. They look a bit dangly and daffy and a bit gangly and up in the air. Something a bit straighter. I love the old Renthal fat bars, so that's all in the future. The mirrors, they're just ridiculous, aren't they? So we did an order today, didn't we, Pen?
I treated you.
Thank you. We've just got the first stuff ordered. It's some bar end mirrors. I've ordered 2 pairs. The Rhizomi style ones, which bolt on the end, very much like the Thruxton type mirrors. I love them, they sit over the top of your hand. And obviously as well, just because they're cool, and I do need a pair for the Bandit, I've got some little bar end mirrors ordered. So when they come, there'll be a bit of fun fitting on. And other things go on, indicators. Obviously look at these things. They're just ridiculous. And they're plastic. I think they're just made to be hit off with a big stick. So they're coming off. I really have always loved the German style indicators that go in the end of your bars. Can't use them with bar end mirrors, so it's all for the future to decide which way we go, because then you don't have indicators on the bike at all. That's always pretty cool on a classic style machine. But tonight this is going to be our mod, the first accessorization / modification of the Triumph, the first one, because at the moment what you see there is completely as Hinkley sent it up the road, apart from some marks on it and some dirt which is going to be washed off. And that is this is friend Brett sent these. What they are is they are 357 Magnum shell cases, spent ones, because they've got the little swell, they've got the little bulge in there where the head was pressed in and then expelled. So they are proper spent Magnum shells, and they've been cleverly turned into dust valve caps. So let's bung these on and make it the first mod. Okay, here we go. This is monumental. This is landmark stuff. The first modification. Remove the standard plastic valve cap. How technical can you be? If you can't do this, you shouldn't ride a bike. And then we just screw on the back ones. There we are. They didn't weigh anything. I checked them. I mean, honestly, they weigh virtually nothing. They're very, very light. Because obviously, if that is a real live 357 Magnum round, that does have some weight, but it's all in the head, not in the body or in the case. So there we are. There's the first one. Pretty cool. That's it. They bolt on. Actually, they screw on quite nice, and they look a bit different. And they're stainless, obviously, because that ain't going to rust. So let's bung one on the back. Don't need that. And there we are. That's it. One modified Triumph. How's that? I now ride a modified Triumph Scrambler. Yeehaw! There we go. Just a bit of fun, really. Thanks, Brett, for those. Very kind of you. Same again. Thanks, Andy, for the pliers, and Delboy for the lighter. Thanks for that, mate. Appreciate it. Very much appreciate it. I love things like that. I collect knives and pen knives and stuff, and that's all the same kind of kit. So I appreciate that. And please don't send us anything like that in the post. Now, I just want to say very quickly about that. We don't do this for gifts and people to send us things. We really don't. So don't feel you have to send anything. It's not what we're here for. We're here to try and share our hobby with you, because you obviously show your appreciation in the comments and by watching and by all the subscribers. It's just a fun project for us and a fun hobby. We don't do it to get stuff, so please don't feel you have to send anything. It's not what it's about. So there you go. Take it easy, ride safe. In the garage tomorrow, welding on that project in earnest, try and make some forward progress and get this thing back on the road. So take it easy, ride safe. Thanks for tuning in and watching Delboy's Garage. See you next time.